Welcome again to Mission Alive, because the mission truly is alive. However, there's a need to preach the gospel. The mission is alive. I happened to pull out of my cupboard this morning this T-shirt for Peter Tarrott, the first martyr, the first blessed for Melanesia and probably the Pacific. His feast day is July the 7th, so I may come back to him later at that time. He was born in 1912, and his father was a chief who welcomed the missionaries into his village. So that makes Peter only a second generation Catholic. And his father, the chief, gave great support to the mission and to the priests who went there. So Peter grew up as a first generation Catholic, first-born generation Catholic. But his martyrdom came when the Japanese came in the war, and there's a whole story about him, and he's very well venerated in that part of the world. So we have this little booklet on our shelf here, and it's a very interesting story. He was a catechist in the village, and during the war, when all the priests were imprisoned by the Japanese, he continued to do his work. And it says, at first there were no restrictions put on the catechist activities, and he continued his responsibilities. He provided prayer services, catechetical instruction of children and adults, officiated at marriage and baptisms and marriages, buried the dead, distributed communion to the sick and the dying, and supported the poor. As time went on, the Japanese put more restrictions on the work of the catechist, not only the Catholic ones, but the Protestant ones. And eventually they banned all religious activity because they felt that because people were so fervent and so dedicated in their faith that God was supporting them and not the Japanese in the war effort. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But he saw that it is duty to continue, so he did and defied the Japanese, for which he was captured, tortured and killed. And he has many very faithful followers still in that part of the world and in Papua New Guinea. And some Pacific Islanders told me too that even as far as Fiji and Samoa and other places, that Tarrott is also their saint until they get their own. So they're looking forward to the day when they have their own saint in the Pacific. We can pray that that might happen. But Peter Tarrott has got a special place in Melanesia as the first person to be so far beatified. And I remember when Pope John Paul II came out to do that, along with a priest called John Matsukomi, who was killed on Woodlark Island in Milne Bay. And the Pope at that stage could not get to Rabaul because the volcano was threatening to explode again. So it was felt that it would be safer if he only stayed as far as Port Moresby. It is a factor of the church that in every time and in every place and in every culture, there are some people who excel in their Christian faith, who are, in that sense, have greater faith or are willing to suffer because of their faith. And the church recognises them as saints in the various stages of coming to sainthood. This is done to inspire and support the faith of others, and this is certainly what Peter Tarrott does. Every year we usually have here at the monastery a celebration of that feast day with the Papua New Guinea community. We won't be doing it this year because of the COVID situation, but it is also an occasion where many people turn up and we have a truly great day. Peter Tarrott saw the mission He believed in the mission. He pursued the mission against opposition, and he gave his life for it. The mission was alive then. The mission is alive now. So have a good day on the mission today. Thank you.